I did indicate that the city's request, if he wants to plead to a misdemeanor, would be 1 day in jail or 2 days work crew. He told me he's too pretty for jail. I'm not sure
I am
what to do
in
with
every way
that
constitutional.
information.
I mean, I know it's not the right way to say that, but I am very well aware of my surroundings.
All right, how are you?
Do I come to the podium or stay back here?
Every person has come to the podium. You're gonna do the same thing as everybody else. That's okay. So, sir, you're making, can you state your name and date of birth, first of all, for the record?
Trenton Robert Faber, 11/23/1981.
Okay, so Mr. Faber, you're making a first appearance arraignment on a charge of failure to transfer title within 45 days. Failure to transfer title within 45 days is what is called a simple misdemeanor in the state of Washington, subject to 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. Because this is a criminal charge, sir, you have several important rights today, including the right to remain silent, the right to a speedy and public trial, and the right to an attorney. Would you like to be screened today, sir, for a court-appointed attorney?
No, it's all right.
Okay. Would you like to enter a plea of not guilty and set up a date to speak to you about your case with the prosecutor?
If it's at all possible, I am trying to leave the state as soon as possible. And I've still got 2 more court cases up in Everett next week. May I just throw myself at the mercy of the court, pay a fine and be done with it? Because I gave that van back. I had it for a week and I don't own it. I came out here to camp one night and got pulled over.
Well, so it is a charge that would involve doing what's called a statement of defendant on plea of guilty that we would have to fill out. So it's not something that's an infraction unless the city were to change the charge to an infraction. So we can, I don't know, do we have the resources this afternoon to do a change of plea?
I could do it, I guess. And I'll defer to the court. I guess I have some concerns about capacity to understand the documents I'm giving him today in the short amount of time we would have to discuss it. I can't tell exactly what is going on, but I don't know if it's constitutional or if it's something else. I'm a little hesitant to discuss a plea statement right now with the defendant.
Okay.
I am in every way constitutional. I mean, I know it's not the right way to say that, but I am very well aware of my surroundings and I'm not driving. I don't have a van. I gotta take the bus all the way back to Vancouver, but I made my friend drive up here earlier this morning, and it's just been a long morning so far.
And if the court wants me to prepare paperwork, I obviously will. I just wanted to put that on the record.
Yeah, it looks like he comes to us from Montlake Terrace, Washington. It's like it's the mailing address. It sounds like he doesn't have transportation. So certainly for a future court date, the only court appearance in our court that requires an in-person appearance right now is the arraignment. Meaning a future court date, including a date for case resolution, could be done over Zoom.
Okay.
If you've appeared for court on Zoom before. So it's not a scenario where if we don't resolve the case today, you're coming back down here multiple times. That's not really going to be necessary, at least. Why don't we give it a try?
Right.
And if at some point you want to say, hey, this is not going to work, then I'm fine with setting it in.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try to give it a shot today, sir.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Farber, you want to come on up?
So, Your Honor, in this case, I did begin the paperwork. I did sit down with the defendant. I think as this court probably knows, I typically can resolve cases with pro se defendants in an amicable way. I typically feel like they knowingly are entering into this resolution. And speaking with Mr. Faber, he keeps asking whether he can just pay a fine and be done with this. I did indicate that the city's request, if he wants to plead to a misdemeanor, would be 1 day in jail or 2 days work crew. He told me he's too pretty for jail. I'm not sure what to do with that information. He also told me he couldn't, well, hold on. This was about how our conversation went. He told me he won't be staying in Battleground. Then he indicated to me he wanted to appear by Zoom. Then he indicated to me he wanted to provide additional documentation. I again asked him if he wanted to be screened for a court-appointed attorney, but then he said, no, he wants to be done with this. I have given Your Honor the paperwork that I began drafting. Certainly, if this court wants him to enter, or if he decides to enter into a plea, the plea statement has been filled out. He has not signed any paperwork, but I have handed him the appendix sheet listing the elements the city would need to prove.
I think that a majority of that is true, but I think she is misconstruing a lot of what happened. She never told me it was a day in jail, and she kept asking me if I wanted to be scheduled or screened for a lawyer. I don't mind if there's a misdemeanor on my record. I don't want to come back here. I would like to have this handled today. I don't think I am being contradictory when I say that and follow it up with, but if I have to come back, I would prefer to go do it over Zoom. I have court cases in Seattle and Edmonds that I have to figure out the logistics of getting to that. So if it's a day in jail, I have absolutely no problem turning myself in, walking right out the door from here. But she didn't say a day in jail. She led me to believe it was going to be like a couple of months. And I did say that I was too pretty.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
We're not doing it today. All right, so I'm going to be entering a not guilty plea for you, Mr. Faber. We're going to be assigning future court dates, both of which can be done over Zoom. The first of which would be pro se pretrial on the 25th of May, 2023 at 2 p.m. The second would be a readiness hearing on June 15th, 2023 at 2 p.m.
And just like that, what should have been a simple misdemeanor
certainly if
arraignment
this court
turned into
wants
one of
him
the
to
most
enter, or if he
unexpectedly
decides to
memorable
enter into a
courtroom moments
plea,
you'll ever see.
the plea statement
Trenton
has
Robert
been filled
Faber
out. He
walked
has
into
not
a
signed any
battleground
paperwork, but I have
Washington
handed him the
courtroom facing a
appendix
charge of
sheet
failure to
listing
transfer
the
a vehicle
elements the
title
city
within
would need to
45
prove.
days. A simple misdemeanor carrying up
I
to
think
90
that,
days in jail
A
and
majority of that
$1,000 fine.
is true,
From the very
but I
start,
think she
it
is
was clear this was
misconstruing a
not
lot
going to
of
be a
what
routine
happened.
hearing.
She
But
never
Faber
told me it
wanted
was a
to
day
throw
in
himself
jail,
at the mercy
and
of the court, pay a fine, and
kept
walk
asking
out
me
the
if I
door.
wanted to be
But when the
scheduled
prosecutor
or
sat down with him
screened
to
for a
work out a
lawyer.
plea deal
I
offering
don't
just 1 day in jail
mind
or
if
2
there's a
days on the work
misdemeanor on
crew,
my record.
Faber hit
I
her with a
don't
line
want to come
nobody
back
in that
here.
courtroom saw
I would like
coming.
to have this handled
He
today.
said he was too
I
pretty
don't
for
think
jail.
I am being contradictory
That
when I
moment
say
alone
that and
tells
follow
you
it up with,
everything you need to know
but if
about
I
how
have
this
to come
hearing
back,
went.
I would
The
prefer to
prosecutor
go
openly
do
admitted
it
to
over
the judge
Zoom.
that she wasn't
I
sure
have
what to
court
do with that
cases in
information.
Seattle and Edmonds
And honestly,
that
who
I
could
have to
blame
figure
her?
out the logistics of getting to that.
From there, the back and
So
forth
if it's a
only
day in jail,
escalated.
I have absolutely
Faber
no problem
insisted he
turning
wasn't
myself
being
in,
contradictory,
walking right
while
out the door from here.
simultaneously saying he wanted
But
to
she didn't
resolve
say a day
everything
in jail.
today,
She led me to
but
believe it was
also
going to be
wouldn't mind
like
appearing by
a
Zoom
couple
if
of
he had to
months.
come back.
And I did say that I was
He claimed the
pretty.
prosecutor
doing this.
misrepresented the
Yeah.
deal,
We're not doing it
saying
today.
she led him to believe it was months of jail time,
All right.
not a single
So I'm going to
day.
be entering a not guilty plea
The
for
judge
you,
had seen
Mr.
enough.
Faber.
A not
We're
guilty
gonna
plea
be
was entered on
assigning,
Faber's behalf,
future court
and
dates,
future court dates were set,
both of
both
which can
available
be done
over
over
Zoom,
Zoom.
with a pretrial on May
The
25th
first of which
and a
would
readiness hearing on
be
June
pro
15th,
se
2023. Sometimes the courtroom gives you drama
on the
money simply
25th
cannot
of
buy.
May,
If you found this case as
2023 at 2
eye-opening as we
p.m.
did, hit that like button,
The
drop
second
your
would be a
thoughts in the
readiness
comments,
hearing
and
on
subscribe for
June
more real
15th,
courtroom breakdowns.
2023
Because justice never
at 2
gets old.
p.m.